Heat fans, Game 4 is ours. We defended home court, and we defended home court in the big way possible against the New York Knicks. We have won this game 109-101. In Game 4, we now lead the series again 3-1 as the 8th seed. Now, what does this mean? Obviously, we mean that they're one win away of advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals, but so does the Florida Panthers. So, Wednesday might be one of the biggest South Florida sports days we've had in recent memory. Much like in the March Madness tournament when FAU Owls and Miami Hurricanes were in the same Final Four together, but both of them ended up losing. So, this is a similar scenario, but the difference between that and this is that even if we did lose, we still have another shot at this later. Heat have minimal chances. Panthers, they have a little more chances than the Heat does, because the Heat did lose Game 2 in Madison Square Garden, which that's where they're going to be going on Wednesday. And unfortunately, I might not be able to get there. But now let's talk about this. A few things we need to discuss with the Miami Heat team. The bench points, they provided. And they provided from Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry has proven to be a leader of the bench, and he's done so with 15 points with 2 3-pointers. And that's saying a lot too, because we needed that momentum, as well as Caleb Martin going some shots in, some clutch scenarios as well. Duncan Robinson had 1 3-pointer. And I feel like with this game, and this is same case with the Knicks scenario too, there were more shots that could have went in, but unfortunately the unlucky bounces and in and outs were killing the Heat. But they were also killing the Knicks too. So that sucks. So with that in mind, we could have had a lot more points in, but in the end it kind of didn't matter. Jimmy Butler, on the other hand, 27 points. He starts off with a 3-pointer. He has 2 blocks, and those 2 blocks were massive blocks for Jimmy Butler. So there was one block where a Knicks player, I believe it was Grimes. So Grimes was going to do a one-hand slam in the paint over the Heat. And Jimmy Butler just blocks it. He blocks that one-handed dunk slam from Grimes. And then that puts it to a fast break turnover. Holy crap, what a block that was. And with that in mind, I would also like to say there was another block that from Jimmy Butler. And that happened in the fourth. In the fourth, another blocked shot from Jimmy Butler, and I will say that block might be even better, because that probably saved us the game. And what I mean by that is that when the Knicks were coming back, oh boy, we were in trouble, because they were coming back. But thankfully, it didn't turn out like that. So thankfully that didn't happen. So 2 huge blocks, and I want to call this a dunk contest, because there were a lot of dunks, and there were a lot of big ones too, especially a few of them from Bam Adebayo, and one of them from Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin with the one-hand slam going into the paint. Now, if we were not shooting 3-pointers, we have to dunk, or we have to get some layups in, and Caleb Martin was doing that, as well as Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo shooting 23 points, and with 10 field goals in, three free throws. What a great game from Bam. We need him in the worst way. And the rebounding, let's talk about rebounding, because this is something I've been complaining about for the majority of the season when I was doing Miami Sports Recap of the Week. Rebounds. We have more rebounds in this game than the Knicks did. They have 35 rebounds. We have 44. and a lot of them were offensive rebounds. So hustle, effort, and you're going to win games like that. Because in the fourth quarter alone, we had at least 5 offensive rebounds. They were much more than at least 5, much more. But we out-rebounded the Knicks in the fourth quarter, and it was huge because we had the lead. They had the momentum from Jalen Brunson, and we pretty much out defensed them. We did just that. Now, with that being said, I was a teeny tiny bit nervous in the fourth quarter because they were on a run from Jalen Brunson. He has 32 points in this game, as well as Randall, who got fouled out, by the way, as well as I believe it was Hart with only minimum playing time. He was also fouled out. There were foul troubles in the Knicks, and Randall just so happens to be the one who got fouled out. Now, I would like to say this too with the referees. There was one call that I totally disagree, and it was that one where it was Brunson that landed on Caleb Martin's foot and tweaked his left ankle, and I'll say this too. Quickly was also out due to the ankle injury. What's with the ankle injuries in this series, man? It sucks. I hate ankle injuries. They hurt. Anyway, Brunson landed on Caleb Martin's foot, and yet that was called a flagrant one. They said he didn't give Brunson a chance to land properly, and yet they called it a intentional flagrant one. First off, it was an accident. It should at least be a common foul. And second of all, it was a freaking accident. Why would Caleb hurt someone like that? That is stupid. That's something that Scott Foster would call. Don't be like Scott Foster, because he is trash. Or Joey Crawford, because those were terrible referees. Now, with that being said, we still won the game, and Martin had a revenge slam, like I said earlier. Strus had a slam. Kevin Love showing that he's better than Aaron Rodgers with a nice pass to Butler or to Strus. This one is for Strus. Oh my God, what a pass. He wants to be a football player. So that's great to hear, to say the least. But yeah, no, Jimmy Butler still has it. The game could have been a lot worse, but no, it was a close game from the end. Knicks had the lead a couple of times, but the Heat will always prevail, and we defended home court in the worst way. It was beautiful to watch, and we won this game 4, and we lead the series 3-1. Like I said earlier in the video, Wednesday, huge day, because not only there could be a chance where both of them could advance, but there's also a possibility that one of them could advance. And then there is this possibility that both of them would lose. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope Florida Panthers sweep the Maple Leafs. And let's hope that the Heat can actually win the series in New York City. How sweet would it be to win the series in New York City? I would have loved to be there for it, but it's too expensive. It's too expensive to go. And travel is really difficult. For my at least. But no, that's going to do it for this video, folks. If you have liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Go Heat! And we will be right there with you for entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG signing out, folks. Go Heat! And good night, everybody.